I think we need to do more. Now, what will be Canada's next number? This is a conversation that hasn't started. We just doubled a few months ago, but I agree, we need to do more.
Today, with partners like the IMF, World Bank, and the World Trade Organization, we're calling to bringing in carbon pricing to triple it on emissions, up from about 21% of emissions covered by a price on pollution around the world to get to 60% covered by a price on pollution by 2030. We're working with Germany and other partners on reaching that $100 billion a year commitment that was made at Paris that is as yet unfulfilled. We're getting close. There's still more work to do that Stephen and others are going to keep pushing on over the coming days. Notre planète est à un moment critique. Les progrès des derniers jours qu'on a vus au G20, qu'on a vus ici à COP avec des engagements par différents chefs de gouvernement, c'est un bon début, mais ce n'est qu'un début. Les gens à travers la planète nous regardent, les travailleurs, les peuples autochtones, les jeunes sont en train d'exiger encore plus de leadership des dirigeants de la planète, des pays d'un bout à l'autre de ce monde. Et c'est exactement ce sur quoi le Canada se concentre. Notre avenir et celui de nos enfants est en jeu.
Like how do they fit in here?
Well, the goal, I mean, our collective goal is to reduce our global dependency on fossil fuels for things like energy, transportation, but net zero doesn't mean that there won't be any fossil fuel use, but it will be in significantly less quantities than what we're seeing now.
It very clearly is a perversion of IPCC advice to put the emphasis on what can occur by 2050, and also on a net basis, which means they can fantasize new machinery that's going to pull carbon out of the atmosphere, or that carbon capture and storage is somehow going to become something that works at a cost that's affordable, versus what makes sense, which is shutting down the industry as quickly as possible with protection for workers and allowing the rapid uptake of renewable energy to replace fossil fuels. The other thing that deviates from what all the other sort of best practices around climate accountability legislation that our law did was not have an independent, well-funded, well-resourced expert group set up. So a multi-stakeholder committee appointed by the Minister of Environment, reporting to the Minister of Environment, is not the equivalent of what other countries have done. But this MOU with the Institute for Climate Choices at least creates the potential for some kind of depth for policy analysis, for number crunching, and for figuring out what's our carbon budget. That's another big problem, of course. The Climate Accountability Act does not include a carbon budget.
We're not at a point where we can start making commitments. Some may decide to do it on a voluntary basis, but the architecture of what it would look like is simply not there, which shouldn't stop us from doing better when it comes to climate finance, even if it's not about loss and damage, and doing more when it comes to adaptation as part of our climate finance. And that's what we're doing. And I think, I'm hoping that Glasgow will be the place where we start talking about increased level of ambition, both from an adaptation point of view, climate finance point of view, and from a mitigation point of view in the lead up to 2025 as per the Paris Agreement. And that's certainly what I'm hoping to see, one of the things that I'm hoping to see coming out of Glasgow.
As one 20-year-old organizer said, young people understand that if we want to save our lives and our future, then we have to do it ourselves. And this is part of your power that you have to use. While you're at it, you need to help educate your parents and grandparents, your uncles and aunts, your teachers, your employers. Because while a dangerously warming planet is a reality that a lot of you have grown up with as young people, you've studied in school, you've read about it, it's been part of the backdrop of your childhood. Members of the older generation don't have that same frame of reference. They do love you though, they do care about you. They listen to you more than you think. And if you explain how important the issue is to you, you may lead them to rethink their position, or at least be more open-minded. In fact, I'm pretty sure they'll listen to you in a way they might never listen to a politician or some expert on TV or a former president. That's power you have. You have to use it.